Finally, we reached full circle and we are doing the last and final part of this particular campaign, the Russian Empire campaign, where we've managed to have the most success out of pretty much all of my 1.35 campaigns. I might actually do a world conquest with this. Let's see. If I do a world conquest, I'll make it a one faith also. I feel like I should do that on a live stream, so maybe I'll continue that on Twitch. Link in the description to my Twitch channel. If we get 5,000 likes on this video though, I'm gonna do a brand new Novgorod campaign, and for 8,000 I'll continue this run, make it on Twitch, and then just edit it out and make the edited version of that stream for YouTube in case you don't want to watch my Twitch stream. Also, if you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. I promise to give back everybody's wallets that have subscribed to the channel. If you're already subscribed to the channel, then you got nothing to fear because you're a person that has a wallet as it is. Now, to back up a little bit here and remind you guys of what's going on with this particular run, I'm going to be showing you everything around my country. So we have right now 785 total income in 1622. We can do a little bit better than that, I am aware. I'm not min-maxing the schnapps out of it. I'm just having a lot of fun. We've pretty much done all of the mission tree with the exception of this particular Great Russian Ambition, which is going to unlock more missions that allow us to westernize our country and get western units. We've gotten most of Eastern Europe here, the Balkans. We've got all the Russian territories in the east, and we've got small enclaves around the world, like our little port in Bengal, our holding over in Australia, and pretty much literally all around the world we have small enclaves that we're gonna use to extend our range of influence, if you know what I mean. We're gonna conquer them. That's right. Now that we have a bit of a background on what's going on in this run, link to the previous parts in the description, obviously, if you haven't already watched those parts. So I'm in the process of integrating the Prussians. That's going to take a little bit of time, so not going to bother with that too much, but I do want to bother with the European parts. Let's see when my truce is over. My truce is over, actually, with these guys. I'm going to be attacking the Austrians, and I'm going to be attacking the Persians, too, at the same time, since I want to get some more Persian provinces. Their allies of Mare are not joining in, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and push into their parts. My goal with this is to get more of the Persian trade node, which allows me to filter in more of their trade into my node in Azerbaijan, from which we have 46 ducats directed back into the eventual Novgorod node. Some of this is leaking into Crimea because of the Ottomans. Sadly, I haven't completely wiped out the Ottomans. I need at least 1 or 2 more wars to do so, but we're on the way. We also can go up to 525,000 manpower, but we're going to increase that significantly by building more soldiers' households. Each of these give roughly around 3,000 units, manpower that is, so it's a huge amount, let's face it. It's also time that we convert most of our templates to the early 1600 template, and I need money for that, so I guess I gotta wait for a little bit then. We got some development. I'm waiting for Pyotr Rikovich to also get to be in charge of the nation. I need to wait a little bit longer. I think this guy hasn't been ruling for 20 years just yet, since he's, 24 years old. I'm gonna make him a leader if he's not already one, actually. He is already one. He's not dead yet, so we gotta wait for him to pass away. Speaking of leaders, we got 99.3 army tradition, and we're only losing 0.74, which is insane. Essentially, we almost always will have extremely high army tradition. I'm also planning to diplo-vassalize Afghanistan because they've got a ton of cores here. I can feed them afterwards from the Persians and the Transoxianans. Oh no, the poor Persian has been exterminated. Because that's just how every Russian I know speaks with the Stein at the end. Wait, what? We got Russian, what? Oh, snaps, I completely forgot about this. This is land we took from the Danes, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. All right, let's make this a self-governing colony so they can get caught. No, they cannot get any provinces, can they? All right, we'll make it a crown possession. There's literally nothing else to colonize in the New World, unfortunately. And let's call this the Gulag Express, which is a historical name, of course, for a place where people used to go to change their opinions willingly. Totally willingly. Oh, check it out, boys. 4173 out of 4213. They're almost about to finish integrating the Castilians. It is going to be a little more difficult for me, I guess, to gobble up all of that stuff because of the French then. You know what? Maybe the Austrians are still going to be supporting the Castilian independence. Who am I to say, really? I still will attack them, though, because, let's face it, I want to get some sweet Austrian provinces, especially the Silesian ones, which are proper Slavic lands, obviously. I mean, check it out. Look at that. See, we have one Slavic group to rule them all. Bulgarians, Serbians, Czechs, Poles, all of them are a part of the same greater Slavic Union, as I like to call it, and they will of course be integrated in said Slavic Union. I am essentially targeting the Czech lands first, since this is where most of the Austrian wealth is coming from, so I'm going to basically starve them of anything they might have. They're unsieging the stuff I siege down in Hungary, but that's not really as important as the Czech provinces are, clearly. I guess you could say this is the way to checkmate the Austrians. I'm gonna piece out the Persians because I actually need to focus more on the Austrian front, and I need more troops on the Austrian front. Surprisingly, they went from like an average of 60,000 units to 250,000 units. I don't know how they managed to get that, but we need more troops on that front apparently. Concentratio, complicatio, and I think that's the only one we can do, right? Yes, sir. Lower exhaustion, core up all of these bad boys. Also, here's a really good question for Paradox Act. What the hell is going on here? They got 11,000 soldiers, infantry, 9,000 cavalry, 29,000 artillery. What? What? And it's not the only stack like that. All of them are like that. 12,000 infantry, 10,000 cavalry, 20,000 artillery again. And the freaking again, 22,000, 10 and 29. What the hell is going on here? They know the secret of actually winning battles. I have to do an army composition now that's more artillery, basically an MP composition, because the AI actually knows what's up in the late game anyway. And it also looks like France did integrate Castile, which means they own most of the New World. Holy mother of God. That's pretty much all of the New World. The OK Owinge Federation is also apparently a thing. That's a very interesting name for sure. Oh, this land is actually not colonized. I should probably colonize this now that I think about it. Yeah, dude, I mean, it's just what the F moment. They got 90,000 cannons and 93,000 infantry. That is just the most derpiest freaking army composition I've ever seen in an AI up until now. No wonder they've been taking back fortifications that I took in like 2 freaking months in 4 days. Not even joking, 4 days, man. Obviously they assaulted, but still 4 days, okay? You know, we've had a little bit of a back and forth with the Austrians here. We've taken some of their forts, they've taken some of my forts. Reality is that no matter what, the Austrians or nobody else around is going to have enough manpower to match us. They're back to 152. They were at 90,000 literally a second ago when I looked last, but the reality is that I've got more manpower and I'm recovering more manpower monthly. I'm recovering 8,000 monthly compared to the freaking 1,000 that they're recovering monthly. So end of the day, I will be the one that wins this war, quite frankly, because of the amount of troops that I have and the potential for manpower that I have as a nation. And all of these small battles do add up. Winning one after another might not give us too much war score, but they do give us the attrition increase for the enemy army because, you know, they lose troops. That's harder for them to replace than it is for us. Right here, boys, is a classic example of why you don't have this much artillery without infantry to back it up in any engagement. Check it out, right? They were actually winning the battle against me. They were inflicting massive amounts of damage, but once their front line fell, and it fell relatively fast because they didn't have enough troops to even fill the front line. Once that happened, I started munching into their artillery. It costs a ton of money to just reinforce artillery units or to just replace it with brand new ones. And despite the extra punch at the start of the battle that they gave my troops, they did lose that battle, and now they're gonna have to pay a lot of money to replace those artillery pieces. Again, down to 100,000 from 150. Whilst I can just go ahead and click this and I get an instant 80,000 manpower if I ever need it, which I'm not gonna need it. If I actually focused all of my troops on the Austrians from the beginning, this war would have been over a while back. Unfortunately, I didn't take it serious. I thought that it's gonna be an easy time taking out their troops, which is why I only committed 3 of my armies to the war, but things have changed since. We learn, boys. And now is just ramping up. I'm essentially hunting down what's left of their troopers around here. Also going to be building some universities. We want to educate our people as much as possible. Totally not because I'm planning to develop the schnapps out of this region. That's not why. We just want to educate them, of course. Now we're down to 77,000 boys and counting. We're definitely going to go for the 100% in this war. We want to either release some stuff in the west because they've got a lot of power base from having the Burgundian provinces. So if we make them lose those provinces, then, you know, it's going to be a little bit easier dealing with the Austrians in the future, or just take a huge amount of land from them. That's probably what I'm really going to go for. And I realized I did not dismantle the HRE. Why the F did I not dismantle it, dude? I thought I dismantled this a while back. Oh, that is no bueno. That's going to mean I'm going to get a lot of aggressive expansion now. Okay, I guess I will release stuff then. I could also just sit on them, and because of most of their country being occupied, eventually it's gonna start collapsing by itself. All the rebels are gonna enforce, and they're just gonna become a World War I post-Austria, let's say. You know what happened to it after the First World War. All the different ethnic groups are gonna want to be their own individual country. Let's go for this. We're taking a little bit of money, so we destroy their economy, and we're taking the Slavic bits. Most of the HRE is not happy about it, but guess what? I don't give a single schnaps, and yes, we lost 800,000 units for Silesia. Gives a new meaning to the whole why die for Danzig, right? In my case, it's why die for Silesia, but still, it's pretty significant. Now, I didn't take any of the Hungarian bits because I can actually release Hungary as a vassal. I can do 6 provinces they would have. Wait, really? Oh, they've got the provinces in Wallachia. Lol. What? Okay, well, I mean, I can release it later in that case, and they're gonna lose these cores. So I can just release it down the line when they only have the core on Torontal, which is in 30 years. That's acceptable. That's actually acceptable. That means I can get all of Bohemia in the next war, and just the next war I can get this big chunk in the previous Hungarian lands. Now I can focus on the rest of the world. I have a special interest in the Danish lands, and I also want to clean up the New World and the Asian parts until this truce runs out. I think it's also time we get that juicy new mission tree I was talking about earlier. So let's go ahead and give out that privilege we need to give out for that. Burghers, and actually no, I think it's in Boyars, isn't it? Increased peasant freedom. There you go. Clicius Maximus. Boyars will rise against the Russians. Eventually this will trigger some rebellions, and once we crush those rebellions, we can do the next mission, and then we can do the last mission and get the imperial ambitions, which is what we're going for here. In the meanwhile, we're also going to be attacking the Ottomans. I'm going to actually attack Transoxiana since they have cores of my Afghani vassal. Let's get Jalalabad as the war target, and let's co-belligerate the Ottomans so we can get some lands from them also. We will of course focus on the Ottomans in this particular war. We want to get them out of the war as soon as possible. They're at war with the Persians now, so they're going to take some lands from Persia unless I prevent that from happening, obviously. And we want to prevent that from happening because we don't want the Ottomans to get bigger, do we? There we have it. The Boyars rebellion. They just rebelled in Narva, which is quite close to most of my army here, so let's go ahead and attack them. Come over here, you rebellious scumbags. I don't want you around my lands anymore, eh? Looks like the Ottomans made peace with the Persia, and they've released a massive Khorasan that I've got a ton of cores on. Wait, what? Oh, that got released by Molton, actually. Oh, that is interesting. That is very, very interesting then. And now with the peasants crushed, we can do this mission, which is going to give us, I don't know what the hell it gave us, but it didn't give us much. Now we need to get 50 absolutism. We have 49, bro moment. Big bro moment. We had like 55, but I had to give increased freedom, peasant freedom. But now I gotta revoke something from here, I guess. And I don't want to revoke any of these. All of these privileges are freaking amazing. There you go. Absolute autocracy, and now a great imperial ambition gives us an extra 11 missions, and we got the technology group changed to Western, plus some mana points to go alongside it. The governing senate here is also inactable because we also have in level 3 advisors. Well, we actually have level 5 advisors. I'm not trying to flex or anything, just saying. This is going to give us the governing senate government reform, which is a tier 6 government reform. Max privileges per state +1. That's pretty good. Or abolish the governing state, which is going to give enforced autocracy. Culture conversion time and governing power. Ooh, this is really good, actually. Oh, man. I'm going to go for the parliament. I really want to see a parliament in my country. I have all of the estates still, plus we have the Duma, which is the government. Well, you know, everybody knows what the Russian Duma is, right? Let me know in the comment section if you don't know. I'll explain if you don't know. I'm sure you guys know, though. It's essentially the parliament, right? And we can go for a diet here. Let's see what we're gonna go for. 1 extra merchant trade power abroad seems pretty powerful. Culture conversion is not bad, though. I don't mind a little bit of culture converting. We can also do the Great Fleet of Russia, which means we get the Navy of Russia. The fleet shall serve our trade. Oh my god, dude. Until the end of the game, trade efficiency, trade power, naval tradition from protecting trade and naval maintenance. What the F? Or we get a lot of combat bonuses. No, I'm gonna go for the trade bonuses, obviously. You can also do monopolize Novgorod because we got most of that. Monopolies no longer reduce absolutism, and we get a ton of money. We just got 10,000 8,000 ducats almost, or 8-something thousand ducats. Didn't really pay attention. Let's see what the rest of these are. So for this one, we need to have at least 6 tolerance of the true faith, 80% patriarchal loyalty. Okay, so that's doable. Actually, very doable. Streltsy, we need to have 50 Streltsy. Establish the Streltsy, at least a leader with a total of 15 pip, and control the fur trade, less loans than 1. Okay, that's doable too. There you go. So now we can do control the fur trade until the end of the game. Construction time minus 10%. Global number of possible buildings plus 1. Dude, this is insanely powerful. Like I said, the new mission tree for the Russians in 1.35 is just ridiculously good, man. It's ridiculously good. The table of rank, what is this? Has completed all government reforms. Okay, and then we unlock the table of ranks government reform. We're on the way to getting that then. The issues. Past 8 issues in parliament. We just got the parliament, so we gotta wait for a bit, and we gotta have 4 agendas from the patriarchs. That's gonna give us a pretty cool permanent modifier. State manufactories have 10 provinces with manufactories and 20 development. Wait, we don't have 10 manufactories? We have a lot of them. They don't have 20 development though, I'm guessing. Okay, that's gonna give until the end of the game. Number of buildings plus 1 again. That means we get plus 2 number of buildings and plus 1 extra manufacturing in every province until the end of the game. And local goods that is just insane. That is literally insane. Let me actually build that up now. Let's get 20 development and 10 provinces. All right, that should be it. Now we've got state manufactories. The most insane thing I've seen in any mission tree. Dude, that is just ridiculous. So now I can actually build an extra manufactory. Oh my god, dude. I can build again in these provinces. So, oh dude, this is just insane. This is actually insane. 1.45 ducats from building a second manufacturing in my fur provinces, 1.3 in my iron provinces. What the actual F, man. I'm gonna take some loans because I want to build these manufactories everywhere. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's get insanely freaking rich right now. Insanely rich, boys. Westernize the military is gonna make our unit types Western, and we get Western military tactics until the end of the game, plus 5 discipline. And for that, we just need to have 90 army professionalism and win 40 battles. Okay, is that win 40 battles from now or after we've done handle the Strels? Great power of the East, we just have to do the other missions, and we get until the end of the game. Prestige decay, Diplo relations, Diplo reputation, and we'll get an event when the Age of Revolution starts, which unlocks the final 3 missions. Okay, you know what? Plans have changed, boys. If we get 8,000 likes on this video, we're gonna do another part for this campaign because I want to see this. I actually want to see the Age of Revolution missions because those are definitely gonna be insane. For sure, they're gonna be insane. Oh, there goes one more Ottoman army down the drain. Come on, Cossack boys, don't let them take that fort. That is a vital strategic location for our nationos. Oh, come on, dude. Really? Freaking -1 stab right now. Are you for real? Ugh, I hate this sometimes. I really do be hating it. Oh, did we sack wipe them? We did. Hell yeah, boys. Let's go. Nice try at taking my fort over there, Otto bros, but I'm not gonna let you do that. That is rightful Russian clay, and you got pretty much just a small, puny, insignificant army that... Oh, no! No, my trader just died. Oh, come on, dude. Really? And I got only shitty advisors. Let's kill him off, really. Maybe this guy is not so bad. A trade dude is what I really need. Tell me what you need, what you really, really need. I need a trade dude. Oh my god, a doll is that big? Hot damn, son. They're in the war with me, and I cannot even reach them, so that's a little bit of a problem, though. I think I can piece out the Ottomans now, because I've got all of their lands, with the exception of Cyprus and the Knights Island, which I don't care about. So I got 90% war score here. Let's see what would be a juicy deal against them. Maybe I want to get all of the Black Sea. Yeah, I feel like that's a good deal. And I'm going to get some of the Georgian bits, too. Let's see. That's 149, 136, so we can get a little bit more, and we can do this. Boom shakalaka. Thank you for being so kind and offering me these lands, Auto Bros. I know you really wanted to give me these parts. Down for Corius Maximus. Check it out. 7 mana points, 15. Oh my god, this is just delicious, I swear. Let's do handle the Streltsy now, and that gave us until the end of the game land maintenance modifier. I have to say, I kind of like the sprites that Transoceana's got. It's kind of cool. Like, you've got a little bit of a mix of medieval uniform with the musket, so better than the standard cloth uniforms, right? Because of the reform that we have, the harsh treatment, and the military rule that we got, it's only 5 harsh treatment, 5 mana points per harsh treatment, which means we essentially can get insane amounts of absolutism for almost no mana points. It also means we virtually have no rebels now. And as for you boys, give back all the stuff to my Yoskis, and that's it. There you go. Locos. We took this a bit here for ourselves because we already had some provinces in Merv. We might as well get all of the provinces in Merv, right? Now we're gonna attack Khorasan again for the reconquest of Khors. cores? Only 1 core? Why? I thought you guys had more cores. Wait, did these guys take some of their cores? I don't know what happened, but I'm still gonna attack Khorasan. I'm gonna fully annex them, so I guess I can go for the Conquest CB, not the Reconquest. This way I lose less Diplo points in the peace. Be a shame if somebody was to bust into your bust over here, Khorasan. But seriously though, who names their province bust? I mean, you're pretty much asking for people to troll you with a name like that, right? You know, I'm actually curious what you guys think about the Malbor Castle Monument. Do you think it's actually worth it? I personally think the bonuses it offers are very underwhelming. I mean, you get sure garrison size globally, which is not bad, let's face it. But that being said, mercenary costs, by the point at which you're going to be able to actually upgrade this fortification, is going to be irrelevant because mercs are going to be way too expensive. Even with this mercenary cost reduction, it's not going to be worth, unless you're playing as very, very specific nations and you can actually stack up a lot of mercenary cost reductions. Oh, I almost forgot about Bam Citadel. This is a really good monument. This gives us an extra merchant and caravan power plus 40%, which is good for us since, remember, we mostly have inland trade nodes, and for inland trade nodes, caravan power is where it's at, not the trade power, ship trade power to be more precise. And Mr. Piotr II is now in charge of the country. We got a lot of mana points also from that event, and I went over my ad. Oh my god, dude, I lost like 200 mana. Oh, I love this game sometimes. Sometimes I don't though. Oh, 250 governing capacity. Oh my lord, I'm about to become insanely rich. And let's also get the Gustavian infantry, which is Saxon boyos. That being said though, once we reach 90 army professionalism, I'm gonna switch over to western units because I have everything else needed. Well, I just need a couple more battles too, I guess, but that's in process. We're gonna get those before the end of this war. Oh, but Ludi, you did not co-belligeretos simultanos. Oh no, look at this face. Is this the face of a guy that cares about not having belligerated some insignificant schnoobadoobs of a nation? Hey, yo, what? Gulag Express armies are unsieging some of the provinces that got sieged down. Okay, I have to say it. Gulag Express is my favorite new puppet, boys. 115,000 manpower or 10 army tradition. Let's see. What is my army tradition looking like? It's 99.7. Yeah, oh no! I was gonna click them. I wanted to click the manpower. I really... Why? Get in position for the next war since we're gonna attack the Persians after this. There you go. Fullius Annexatius, Maximus. Another day, another mission done. And now we have the choice between getting the Tier 4 Strengthen the Patriarchate reform, which means that a state privilege, a religious culture no longer increases a clergy influence, plus we get tolerance to the true faith, patriarchal authority, and max privileges for patriarchs, or reject the idea and unlocks the Strengthen the Patriarch government reform without actually enacting it, but we also get 50 government reform progress. So it's a matter of either approving it or not approving it. It still unlocks the idea, essentially. Or, sorry, government reform. And we also got this done, which means we got a lot of new policies here. This one's for free, so we're going to enact it. Goods produced is really fucking important. We're going to get that too, and we're going to keep it. All of these are really good, man. I honestly cannot choose to cancel any of them. We're getting enough mana points. It's not an issue. We got 14, 11, and 18. Oh, actually, this guy I need to promote. He's not my culture. And we're pretty far ahead with technology, too. Right now, we got 21 years ahead of time, essentially. Oh, no. The Ottomans got a Janissary coup. Oh, boy. That is horrible for them. If we're lucky, we might see a Janissary nation pop out of the Ottomans, which would make it easier for me to just wipe out everything in this area, right? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use some of my manpower to finish the Tier 3 copper mine over here and a few other monuments, because I got way too much manpower. I'm not going to be able to use it, so might as well, right? This means we got +9 goods produced in this particular province, as well as 20% artillery cost. I especially went for this one first since artillery cost reduction is huge. Aside from that, the 9 goods produced is the equivalent of having 45 production development, to be more precise. There you go. It's the equivalent of 15 trade goods over here alone. Oh, you guys just trapped yourself by sieging down Tabriz, boys. That was not a big brain move right there at all. That was not a big brain move. And now you're gonna get stack wipe in Mianech. In case you didn't know, that's how the locals pronounce that province. Clearly, that's how they pronounce it. I really find it crazy how I'm only paying 143 ducats for 600,000 units in the field. This is, of course, modified by a lot of Russia-specific things like minus 53% from Russian stuff, another minus 5 from nationalistic enthusiasm, old and infirm, sold leadership, nobility, and so on. It's just, it's so broken, it's unspeakable. The Russians can field 2-3 million units for close to nothing when it comes down to it. This doesn't even weigh in the artillery cost reduction from the monument and other cost reductions that we get. It is essentially the modern horde, some would say, right? Horde of infinite amount of Russian soldiers, essentially. So now here's the thing, right? I really want to take the coastline of Bahmanis, and I also kind of want to, I don't know, get rid of some of their cores. I'm a core renouncing enjoyer, as I like to call it. It's just, I don't need to do it, but I'm just gonna do it. And yes, I didn't fight a single Bahmani trooper. It is what it is. So on pause, these guys are gonna be Black Flagius. Now you guys can come back through there, and we can do the peace deal with the Persians, which is gonna be like this, because I like pretty borders, and this definitely is going to be a pretty border. Does mean we have a little bit more overextension than I'm comfortable with, but maybe we can concentrate show. We got close to 900,000 soldiers in our manpower pool. That means I can use this a few times and upgrade these to max quite easily. There you go. Well, we got one extra merchant from that. So after 1 month passes, we're going to get that boy in our merchant pool. I can claim the economic hegemony. You know what? Sure, boys. Let's actually get it done. And yes, in case you're wondering, we got 5,000 development and we only have 2,200 governing capacity. So we don't even have any issues with our development and governing capacity, predominantly because of the fact that we got a courthouse in pretty much every single province, especially the ones that are already made into state. Check it out. This is our courthouse map mode right here. Literally all of the state provinces have a courthouse. Oh no, Ethiopia's got 2 provinces left. What? I didn't even realize they're gone. Holy mother, Adal really did a number on them, didn't they? Let's actually check out the rest of the map. We got Kilwa here, British South Africa together with Portuguese South Africa. Most of South America is owned by the Portuguese, which is good because once I fully annex Portugal, and it's gonna come eventually, then I get all of these transferred to me as my subject essentially. All right, let's get some generals in the house so we get up to 90 professionalism. This way we can do the other mission that we have. 88. Okay, 2 more generals required. Let's fire some of these bad boys now. We're gonna keep only the chattiest of the chattiest. You know, it's actually quite painful having to delete some of these generals because like a lot of them are insanely good and it's hard to just choose between them. But hey, now boys, we are a Western tech nation, proper Western tech nation, because our units have changed to Western, and we also get until the end of the game +5 discipline. So our units are going to be pretty much the same as the Austrian units. They're going to be really, really good units essentially. There you go. We got the Reformed Tercios, Gustavian infantry. I'm actually going to change to the Gustavians, not the Reformed boys. So we got Gallop cavalry, so we went a little bit back with our cavalry units, but still pretty good overall. And we're very close to 100 professionalism because it only cost us 30 to recruit generals, which means we get 1 army professionalism every time we recruit a general. So if we have 300 mana points, we could potentially max out our army professionalism, getting even more bonuses. Take note, now we don't take as much damage for our reserves, morale damage, and whenever we disband units, the manpower goes back to the manpower pool, so we don't actually lose that manpower. The best part, still 145 ducats for 711,000 units in the field. I mean, what the F can you even want more from an army, right? Cheap and also really, really good units actually. Just realized I did not accept Greek before as an accepted culture, so I'm making amends for my mistake because we want to get the minus 20% advisor cost reduction and possible advisors and corruption reduction from this monument here. I also want to get this achievement. I haven't gotten this multiculturalism achievement. It's fairly easy to get. You just got to have 4 different cultures and religions in your court, and I think I can do that now. I'm gonna temporarily fire some of these guys here and I'll hire them back in afterwards because we got a Catholic, we got a Sunni guy, and we just got to get a Protestant or any other religion really. And yes, I know what you're wondering, how come you're getting so many advisors every single time? Because of all the monuments, honestly. It's really because of all the monuments. Speaking of, I need to upgrade this bad boy here for those extra naval force limit bonuses. I mean, these things are massive, bro. Look at that. Look at how many naval bonuses we're getting here. Oh, we got Vajrana. Okay, so that means we got the achievement. Yay! There we go, boys. 4 different cultures and religions. Now we can fire those guys and actually get proper advisors. Thank you very much. No thank you, no thank you. Let's also get going with the little war against these guys, since we want to take some of their provinces in the Baltic node, or Lubeck node, really. Because, you know, getting 1,000 ducats profit per month is just not enough, right? Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this particular run. I had a lot of fun recording it myself, and if you did, then check out this Ottoman run up next. Also want to give a massive thank you to all of my channel members, patrons, and Twitch subscribers. I really wouldn't be able to do this without all of your support.